Hello all, I'm going to do another lesson of watercolors. We'll continue the same style of painting as we did last time. So just to give another small information about myself, I've told you I live in the western part of India, in the southwest. There's a small village called Gokarna, and it is in the Arabian Sea, and they are very beautiful sunsets. So this has inspired me for a lot of my paintings, and I'm very much attracted to this seascapes, the sunsets, and the beauty of this Arabian Sea. So let's do another painting of one of these sunsets. This is the last painting which we did, and we are also going to paint something similar to this. All the color scheme, everything is going to be the same, and also we'll do a little tweak in the landscape. Instead of these rocks, we'll paint a boat, which gives more detailing and more reflection to it. So we'll start with a sketch, preliminary sketch. So this time, instead of the cliffs pointing completely into the center, I am going to do somewhere in between, midway, and here I'll have another 2 or 3 cliffs coming into the center. I'll do that in the painting, and I'm roughly painting a boat. So this is a typical Konkan boat. Where we live, they call us Konkan boat. So this only one man can go. He does hook fishing, and if his day is very lucky, he gets a catch of 5 to 6 kilos of one single fish, and he knows how much depth where he's staying in the waters. I'm starting with the Camboge hue. Even if the colors if they run into the drawing, it's fine, because we're going to paint a dark tone similar to a silhouette is our result going to be. So this Camboge hue is covered with orange. Let's plainly call it as orange. If you deeply look into it, it's a typical orange ochre. But when it goes with the hue, it's just sharp orange. And at the edge, I'm going to cover it with the red. I'll do another layer of the same yellow, in the middle, and a bit of orange at the edges. And red. See, this watercolors is nothing but the way you control the water, how much you use where, and that's all what the painting is, and rest is all what you get as a result of what you paint. And morely, if you look clearly, it's 60-70% of your effort as an artist to paint, and the rest is given by water. The water bleeds into another space where you don't want to paint very finely, and there's another color suddenly running into the painting, and this is all part of your watercolors. You need to expertise in using what you get in your painting. So now the sheet is completely dry like a fresh paper after the first tone of colors. I waited for some time, and after this I'm going to paint the cliffs which are behind what I've drawn. So that's why I'm having a bigger space in the center. I'll try to be very light so that I can have a darker cliff when I'm coming closer. So these are two layers of cliffs which are behind. I'm going to paint the actual what is needed, the main subject of our painting. So even if your colors are a little light for this tone, it's fine. So this is going to be the cliffs. I'm going to paint the boat in a similar type tone of colors. I'm going to allow them to dry. So now I'll paint the reflection inside the painting. As I spoke to you in the earlier painting, we need to have that thin white line from the actual, in between the actual and the reflection. So how thicker the line, how thinner the line is, the closer the object to the water is. If my line is very thick, then the object is very far from the water. Even if you're not getting a very continuous line, if your brush is running into the colors, it's fine. You just need a markation of line. That line demarks from the original. So I'm going to give a wash. And also the same for the boat. See, now I've done everything, whatever I have planned inside my painting, but I feel like there's no life inside the painting. Everything is very still, static. I'm going to add some details because the cliff and the boat are similar colors, they have similar kind of reflection. So I'm going to add some more details, some more additional toppings so that the painting turns brighter. I'll add a little bit of darkness in the edges so that I can crown the center brightness. So I'm going to end my painting with a few lines for water. So this is the end of my work. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you shortly with another lesson, probably another new subject. We'll paint along together. Thank you. Bye.